If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
The situation quickly turned from heated words to real violence, throwing the whole panel into total disorder. Crawford, who had stayed calm and composed just seconds earlier, suddenly lost it. He moved right into Tank's space with icy intent and pushed him hard, an obvious sign of disrespect and a straight-up challenge. Tank, burning with real anger, immediately hit back with a solid punch, sparking a wild fight that security had to scramble to break up. It was a completely raw and unplanned moment that shocked the entire boxing world, keeping millions glued to their screens during one of the most intense live TV clashes in years. This wasn't just promotion. It was real conflict, broadcast live and unfiltered, forever shifting the story between them. Imagine this, a fiery, no-holds-barred showdown between two boxing giants, Terence Crawford and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, exploding right there on live television. This wasn't any planned publicity stunt or fake drama cooked up for clicks and future pay-per-view sales. It was pure, unscripted tension, caught on camera as emotions boiled over in real time. For boxing fans, it was an incredible shock in the most thrilling way. In one instant, the whole story in the sport changed forever. Someone just turned everything upside down, taking what once seemed impossible and making a fight between them feel absolutely bound to happen.
A fight with you and Terence Crawford look. 147?
Today, let's look at exactly what caused this massive explosion. We'll talk about who came out looking powerful and in control after everything calmed down and everyone took a step back. But the biggest thing right now is why fans everywhere are suddenly pushing hard for a matchup that used to feel way too big, too risky, and too wild to ever happen. We're talking about Gervonta "Tank" Davis versus Terence Crawford. Two massive stars from totally different divisions, now heading straight toward each other in a way that could completely change boxing. This isn't simply about one more fight. It's about a legacy-shaping battle built on real, raw hatred that no one can look away from. These two have never fought each other in the ring, and that's not by chance. Their careers have stayed apart for clear reasons: the usual boxing issues like politics, bad timing, and different weight classes. One of them completely owns the lightweight division, beating everyone who steps up. The other has proven himself as a champion across several weight classes, a rare feat that puts him among the all-time greats. 4 months now, quiet rumors and not-so-subtle shots between their teams have been building up, turning the whole situation into a ticking time bomb. This blow-up on TV was just the spark that finally set it off, and everyone knows bigger fireworks are coming. Tank has been seriously hinting at jumping up to 147 pounds. He keeps saying with total certainty that he can beat anyone at that weight class. He's backed it up with clever social media clips, strong comments, and fearless interviews. He even claimed straight out that he could knock out a smart southpaw like Bud Crawford with just one punch. Imagine the level of confidence, or maybe straight-up boldness, it takes to say that about one of the top pound-for-pound fighters alive today. His words sent shockwaves across the boxing world, turning what once felt impossible into something that suddenly looks very real and possible. Meanwhile, Crawford stayed true to form, keeping his cool while everything around him went wild. He did what he always does, stayed calm and in control. He pointed out to anyone paying attention that Tank has never really faced the same top-tier opponents that he has over the years. Even during that year when Crawford was undisputed champion and taking a break, The bad blood between them never went away. It just kept quietly building under the surface. It was a patient, steady pressure coming from Crawford, completely different from Tank's loud and bold claims. This quiet mind game was simply the build-up to the big blow-up that was always coming.
He been calling me now, he been texting me now. The whole last camp, I was in Floyd gym. He closing down the gym for me. I'm working pads with him. He working pads with me and my brother Kelvin. Me and Kelvin sparring in front of Floyd. Like, he coaching us. Like, now it's like, damn, Shakur, Terence, and Floyd now. So, man, I honestly think that's God. Like, if you really look at it, what professional fighters out here just have a strong circle that's strong as like ours. Like, you got the best prospect. You got Shakur, then you got Terence Crawford, and then outside of our circle, we got Floyd Mayweather also tapping in with us. You know what I mean? Like, our circle is really crazy. It's really crazy, and it shows to where when we fight, it's always our opponents. It's like it's never a close fight, even with Terence.
I just really don't like him, Tank admitted, getting straight to the point and skipping all the usual boxing politics. This went way beyond normal rivalry. It was personal for him. He saw Crawford as a bit arrogant and fake, pointing out how Bud always seemed to lean on his security team and big entourage. Tank felt Crawford wouldn't behave the same way if he didn't have that protection around him. He gave credit where it was due, calling Crawford a truly great fighter, but when it came to the man's personality, it just didn't sit right with him at all. That honest, raw dislike showed everyone the bad blood between them ran much deeper than any hype or trash talk. It was a real clash of characters, full of quiet resentment just waiting for the right moment to explode.
With Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like, you usually don't.
Yes.
You know,
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. And so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about, like, some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terrence's wife. What, like, in your mind, where because obviously, like, you know, you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen. And there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. It's just my opinion. We're all entitled to it.
Once the initial shock faded, the whole boxing world turned its attention to one big question. What happens next? Who really came out on top in the verbal battle between Tank and Bud? For most people watching, the clear winner was Terence Crawford, no debate. His cool, sharp replies sliced right through Tank's loud talk, showing the weak spots underneath. This wasn't just a quick moment of drama. It became the spark that shoved an unthinkable matchup right into the spotlight and forced everyone to rethink the current state of boxing. The aftermath locked in the demand for a fight that now feels impossible to avoid. A big part of the controversy traces back to Tank's disputed fight with Lamont Roach. What many saw as a clear loss for Gervonta Davis wasn't just another blemish on his record. It sent real shockwaves through the sport and hurt his image in ways that are tough to fix. Roach himself said he did enough to win and believed he had the edge. That fight raised the first serious doubts about Tank's unbeatable aura, and Crawford later used those doubts as powerful fuel. The turning point came in the 9th round. Lamont Roach timed Tank perfectly, landing a crisp, accurate combination that dropped him hard. The whole arena jumped up in surprise. No one expected to see Tank on the canvas. He went down on one knee mid-fight, but the referee never called it a knockdown. Tank's explanation? He said grease from his hair product got in his eyes and burned them. That weak excuse only made things worse, turning his slip into what looked like a desperate cover-up for real weakness. By any fair reading of the rules, it was a knockdown. Roach's punches landed clean, Tank's glove touched the canvas. The referee let it go without a count, sparking instant outrage. Anyone who watched could see the truth. Roach was sharper all fight, worked harder every round, landed cleaner, and showed real hunger to win. The official score didn't change what really happened. Crawford didn't hold back. Live on TV, he called out the injustice straight up. No filter, no fear of enemies. He said the knockdown was real, Roach got robbed, and Tank was finally exposed as not invincible. He threw several sharp jabs, calling Tank overhyped by his promoters and someone who falls short against true top competition. Coming from another elite fighter, this public call-out hit Tank's image hard and positioned Crawford as the no-nonsense guy who speaks truth. The toughest part for Tank? He had no strong comeback. The boxing world watched it live, sided against him, and started questioning if he truly belongs at the top. Tank could only offer weak responses, admitting, "It's definitely my fault. I could have definitely done more." His reputation took one of the hardest hits of his career, and boxing never forgets these moments. This vulnerability only increased the demand for his next big step. That's why a fight with Bud isn't just talk anymore. It's become a must-see event the sport truly needs. Tank now wants redemption badly, to prove the doubters wrong and silence the critics tearing into his career. The only real way to do that is to face the #1 pound-for-pound king head-on and show he still belongs at the absolute top, not just a product of smart matchmaking. His whole legacy rides on it. When it comes to strategy, Crawford played it smart. He didn't slam the door on Tank or jump at the fight right away. Instead, he challenged Tank to prove himself first by taking on Keyshawn Davis. And let's be real, Keyshawn isn't an easy tune-up. He's a serious threat in the division right now, with real skills that could beat plenty of ranked fighters. This was Crawford setting a test, a calculated way to see if Tank has what it takes before giving him the big shot. Tank can't brush this off easily. Keyshawn is backed by Floyd Mayweather, trained with purpose, and surrounded by top talent. He trains with guys like Shakur Stevenson and has even sparred with Crawford. He's no stepping stone, he's a real obstacle built to reveal any weaknesses Tank still has. If Tank accepts and wins convincingly, the hype for Crawford versus Tank will explode to crazy levels, becoming one of boxing's biggest events ever. But if he dodges it, makes excuses, or backs down, those doubts will harden into facts that follow him forever. Don't forget Floyd Mayweather in the background. He's the ultimate wild card. His influence is all over this, even though he and Tank aren't speaking publicly right now. Keyshawn trains under him, Crawford respects him as one of the greatest ever, and Tank is still fighting to escape Floyd's huge shadow while feeling trapped by constant comparisons. Floyd used to connect these worlds and make fights happen with one call, but now he watches from the side, maybe planning his next move. When the Tank-Bud feud blew up, Floyd weighed in publicly, and he didn't side with Tank. Tank took it personally and crossed a line by dragging Crawford's family into the trash talk, breaking boxing's unwritten rules. That's when Floyd, Tank's former mentor who helped build his career, openly backed Crawford instead, sending a loud message. Tank had gone too far, disrespected the wrong people, and lost key support. The feud between Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford is really just beginning, and it's going to get uglier before it ends in the ring. But here's the key point. Crawford's real focus isn't this drama with Tank. No matter how much attention the spat gets, his eyes are on something much bigger. The fight that could define his entire legacy. He's locked in on Canelo Alvarez. This isn't just about money or headlines, it's the ultimate challenge that could make him one of boxing's all-time greats if he wins. Crawford is all about strategy, discipline, and building a lasting name. While Tank throws wild shots on social media and in interviews, Crawford isn't ducking him or scared. He's just refusing to let the noise pull him off track when the most important fight of his life is coming. The tension with Canelo is already thick. You can feel the icy stares and high-level mind games. Crawford knows this is his shot at real history, becoming a 3-division undisputed champion, something that would lock his name in boxing forever. He sees the Canelo fight as far more than buzz. It's about earning legendary status in a sport that doesn't give it away. That kind of sharp focus makes everything else, including Tank's drama, look small. He's ready to prove he can beat anyone, with power, skill, and unbreakable mental strength. The real test of a champion isn't just winning, it's what you choose to fight for.